Hello there. My name is Miss Rachel Simpson, and I'm here to share with you a little bit about me and my art and things that I make here at the FAB Studios. We're located at 314 East Holly Street in downtown Bellingham, Washington. So a little bit about me and my background. I grew up in Salem, Oregon with my family, and both my parents were creative. One who was an artist but not necessarily professional, and the other was a musician, and they both played music. And I grew up just enjoying reading and using my imagination and making art and then being outside in nature from the start, from a kid. But when I grew older, we moved to Bellingham, Washington when I was a teen, and grew up here for most of my life from 15 on to my adult life. In my 20s, I traveled around the Pacific Northwest, from San Francisco to parts of Idaho, Boise, Idaho, and all over Oregon and Eugene and Portland and Seattle. Lived there for a while, and Tacoma area, Olympia area for a while. And then I moved back to Bellingham. This would be about, I think, close to 15 years ago when I moved back to Bellingham. And I decided to go back to college. Went to Whatcom Community College at first, and I loved it there. Got my AA degree and transferred to Western Washington University and Woodring College of Education. So I went to Western for my degree in art, and then I also went for my education degree. So I have a degree in K through 12 in art education and fine arts. And ever since I came back here, I realized that I loved being creative and being an artist, and I wanted to make it my life as a career and as my passion. So now I teach at the Franklin Academy, and I also teach independently through my business, Rachel's Whimsical Arts. Like I do summer camps and sometimes winter camps for kids' art, and I'm doing one in July that's already full. But I also love to make art and sell art. So I teach art at Franklin Academy, K through 12, and independently. And I teach, actually, at that school, I teach kindergarten to 8th grade. But I love teaching all ages of people, whether it is a kid to a teen to an adult, I think, or senior. We all need to have art in our life and learn how to be a kid again and be creative and inspired by things in our lives that make us happy and express ourselves. But besides teaching art, I love to make art. There's a few of my pieces behind me here in my studio. So you can see more of my art online on rachelswhimsicalarts.com, and also you can find out about me in local shows or a little bit about teaching and art on alliedarts.org. I'm a member and board member of Allied Arts, as well as a teaching artist with them. Alliedarts.org is really great for Whatcom County residents, community, anyone who does things with the community or wants to reach out and learn about community events, or has family or friends who are in the public schools. Allied Arts does art education with their teaching artists there, and then they do different local events. Not only do they do art shows in their gallery, but they also do fundraisers, and they're a nonprofit, so they do a lot of things that collaborate with various businesses and places in Bellingham, Washington, and they connect artists to, or people who want to find art, to learn about art or to find an artist to get some of their work, or collaborate with them. They're great about networking. And so that's another side of my career, is I'm an advocate for them and a board member, and I love working with Allied Arts. Aside from that, my art, so I had to think about some questions like, what would someone ask me in an interview, since I'm just talking to you on the camera. What do I do with my art is like one of the questions, which is a good one to ask any artist. What do you do with your art, or how do you make it? So my art, some of it is on canvas, like these jellyfish over here, and I have some whales that I did a series of different whales, like orcas and humpbacks, on canvas. And they're canvas with acrylics and mixed media. I'm a mixed media artist. I love exploring and trying new things and experimenting and doing layers and things with texture sometimes, or different kinds of inks and paints combined. So I like doing different materials. Sometimes acrylics, sometimes I like to do pen and ink or stains. I also love to do pointillism. So the sea turtle directly behind me and the circle behind me, those are collaborative pieces that I worked on with another artist, local artist, named Susanna Gutzama. And she does lightning tree designs, and she does everything with electricity through wood. And it's called Liechtenstein, and she can tell you all about that. But she's great. She electrifies wood. And so I have a couple wood panels I've worked with her before where she makes the wood panels and then I paint on them. And I painted a couple pieces. So the piece above me, behind me, is a sea turtle, and then I've done another one with koi fish. And I use pointillism for on wood panels or on paper or canvas, and I use archival paper. So the pieces over here, which you can see part of, they're a new series that I'm doing. In the past few years I've been working on marine life as a focus, and I'm starting to do things that are about different kinds of animals in nature, that are focused on wings of insects and macro. And when I do pointillism, I draw it with pencil first, and then I use ink, and then layers of dots with UV light UV light reactive paints that glow under black light, which are hard to see on a summer day. It's better to see in a dark room or at night or in the winter months when it's darker out. But this, I can show you, is like the starting point of what I do. Well, the second step. I first draw everything and measure everything with pencil, with my photograph of the image that I want to recreate. And then after I draw it in pencil, then I go over it with white ink and start to do stippling or dots, tiny, tiny dots. And then I go over it with layers and layers of color. So one of, do you have anything right beside it? I've got this one, it's hard to see, so let me show you a smaller one that's easier to see. Okay, I'm right back now, thank you. So this one is a smaller piece that I've done, which is a close-up underbelly of a starfish, and it's layered with tiny dots, and then I coated it in resin to protect it. And then this one is done on black archival paper, and it is an octopus, and I love octopus. So those are a couple of examples that I've done with pointillism for you, among with the wings that are on the wall over there. But I spend a lot of time making those because they're meditative for me. So part of my process is I like to experiment and try new things, and the other part is I really enjoy the process and just finding that zen, or that moment in time when you just lose yourself in your work and focus on making something. It's nice to find that place that just gives you peace of mind and a little bit of joy, and you can just break away from the world or stress and just let go. So that's one of the things. It's like a therapy. Art is a therapy for a lot of people. It can help you work through stuff and make you feel better. So it's something I need to do every day, and if not every day, then every other day, so I can get back to it and not lose track of enjoying myself and getting to my steps that I want to do with my process. Then I'm a mixed media artist, so I also do things with I've done some things with liquid acrylics and rocks and semi-precious stones. So I have some pieces that look like geodes, and they actually do have pieces of real semi-precious rocks in them. This is labradorite, and I make them look like geodes. And I do that because, quite honestly, I really love shiny things, and I like to experiment. So both of those things hit it on the spot for me. And I do have prints of my art, and I do that, and I make stickers sometimes for some of them. Like I made some stickers of the octopus that you can get from me, and I put them out for some of my events. Like I'm part of the Allied Arts Holiday Art Festival, and that's a little nudibranch with a top hat for fun. And then I love some fantasy type art, so I've got a few mermaids that I've made. So besides that, the other things that I enjoy doing, I like making some jewelry sometimes, like the earrings that I'm wearing right now. They're Pointillism and they're little octopus earrings on wood discs. And I also enjoy making hair pieces. So these are hair combs with crystals in them. So some of it is things that's wearable arts, and some are pieces that you can hang in your home or put on a table. And for kids, because I love kids so much and kids art and kids camps, I've made little crowns. Some of them have shells and some of them have gems or quartz crystals for fun. And then what recently I've been making and working on, besides my paintings of Pointillism, is I've also been having fun making little tins, portable watercolors. They're not watercolors that you would get at this regular store, maybe at a specialty art store. These are metallics. So they're shiny metallic watercolor paints that are specially made, and I love how they turn out. They look really nice on black or white paper. I've got a series of different colors. These are not all of them. They're just some of the colors that I have. I've been making different series of these because I have a few art friends or creative friends who want to make their own art at home and have fun with it, and this is like a wonderful way. You can use the metallics on wood, you can use it on paper, you can use it on invitations, on cards, so they're a lot of fun. So I make those and I sell those independently, and not very many at a time when I make them. I just do it for fun because I really enjoy it. But let's see, my my future art plans are, I have a show coming up that is happening now if you watch this video now. It's happening on July 2nd, Friday, from 5 to 8 p.m. And I could be wrong about that. It could be now 6 to 9 if they switch their hours. 6 to 9 p.m. for the Bellingham Downtown Partnership does a monthly art walk in downtown Bellingham. And it's always on the first Friday of every month. And so for this Friday of July, I will have my art, lots of different pieces up on the wall, and my black light to see some of them glow under black light. I'll have them up in our shared gallery space on the second floor of the FAB Studios building. So you can come and see it from now it's in the future, but you can come and see it on Friday, July 2nd, from 6 to 9, or 5 to 9. I'll be here at 5, so if you show up at 5, it's fine. And then my piece will be up for a little while. But I have another show coming up in August, on the first Friday of August, and that will be at Allied Arts of Whatcom County's gallery, which is 1418 Cornwall. And you'll be able to see most of my, well, not all of them, but quite a few pieces of my marine life in canvas. It's in mixed media, and you will see so more pieces like this, but in Wales, and then you'll get to see a few of my other geode art too that'll be up. But I'm really looking forward to both shows because in the summertime I have more time when I'm not teaching full-time, and I can just enjoy making art, being part of the community, and reaching out and meeting new people and talking about art. So if you ever want to seek out work opportunities or art shows or events, there's a few places local that you can. One is, like I said before, I mentioned Allied Arts of Whatcom County. They're a great resource. And if they don't have the information, they can connect you to somebody who does, that is in that world or that realm of that kind of art or craft you're looking for. But then also you can connect with Bellingham's Downtown Partnership They might have resources as well of like local events that are happening, like festivals and fairs, when they are amping up again now that things are starting to become open more for the times. And I also look up Washington State artists grants and find out what's happening local there, because sometimes there's opportunities within not just your city but also in the state where there's grants or artist funding, and that's a good way to look to find information for you if you want to reach out. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me and my process. I hope that you have a wonderful time and you get to come into the FAB studios, because we have a lot of different artists. I believe there's close to 10 of us in this building right now that have different kinds of mediums and arts and styles for you to visit and see. I don't think everyone's going to be open on that Friday, but quite a few people will be here, so you can come and meet them. So thank you for listening and watching my video about me. Again, my name is Miss Rachel Simpson, and my website, you can also find me on social media, and FAB Studios on social media, so you can find me, Rachel's Whimsical Arts, online, both rachelswhimsicalarts.com or in social media, Instagram and Facebook. One of the things that I like to say to everybody when I say goodbye is be kind, let's shine, and I hope you have a wonderful day and come back again. Thank you. Bye now.